Now, are you wondering if it's time to just call it quits and just break up? I mean, how do you know if it's the right decision? What if you're confused and kind of on the fence? What if you end things only to realize that this was the love of your life? Well, in this video, I'm going to be discussing the 6 undeniable signs that it's time to break up. Keep watching. Hey there, my name's Adam Litolce from lovestrategies.com, where we help successful single women get out there and attract love and do it with a proven strategy. And today's video is all about breakups. And let me tell you from personal experience, breakups are the worst. I mean, it's traumatic, it's exhausting, it's emotionally triggering, and it's just totally confusing. But sometimes you'll find yourself in a relationship and you'll be like, why are we still dating? You suck. Or we suck together. So here are the signs it's over. Number 1 is that you're fighting all of the time. I mean, look, all couples argue. Even the perfect Brady Bunch couples in the world, they all argue, and this can actually be pretty healthy. It's just how they argue and the frequency of the arguments that really matter. According to the relationship researcher John Gottman, basically the magic ratio is 5-to-1. What does this mean? This means that for every 1 negative feeling or interaction between partners, there must be 5 positive feelings or interactions. So if you're finding that every time you interact with your partner, if it's more than the 5-to-1 ratio, then it's likely your relationship is on this path to doom. Also, the way that you argue really matters. I mean, maybe you've seen a therapist together for a few months, and the problem is that you do all of these sessions and you just continue to blame each other, and you're not solving any of your problems. You're just rehashing the same old over and over and over again. And you continue to bicker over the same topics and they're not improving. All of this is just a sign that it's time to break up, especially if the fights just continue to get more and more toxic. Number 2 is that you're always trying to change him and it's just not working. Because honestly, it's pretty hard to change someone at their core. I can't tell you how many women I know who have tried to change a man and failed miserably. Ultimately, they just waste years of their lives and walk away totally frustrated. You can't change a man. Stop trying. Either accept him or walk away. Number 3 is that there is no trust in the relationship. Trust is the cornerstone of any relationship, and honesty is the foundation of trust. So if you can't be honest with one another, if you're not totally honest with him and he's not being honest with you, that is the sure sign of the end of a relationship. And I take this even a step further. I mean, I believe in what we call being radically candid with one another. And that means being totally honest with someone, even when it's really hard. Like, for example, let's say I'm wearing a really terrible shirt, okay? And it just looks really ugly. I go to Jessica and I'm like, what do you think of this shirt, honey? And I want to actually know what she thinks. I want her to be radically candid with me and vice versa. I will be radically candid with her, even if it's just something that she's wearing. I will be honest. And when you have a relationship that's founded on true honesty and basically no bullshitting with each other, then suddenly you can build this incredible cornerstone of a great long-lasting relationship. Trust is an essential foundation of any healthy relationship. And if you feel like you can't trust your partner or they've just broken your trust repeatedly, it may be time to consider ending the relationship. And this includes those little white lies that he might be telling you, as well as those big lies that he might be telling you, such as he's cheating on you. Number 4 is that you just want different things. I mean, your values, your lifestyle choices, everything just seems to clash. For example, let's say you want to sell the house and just move to Fiji, which sounds awesome, by the way, and he wants to stay in the town he grew up in forever and just kind of raise his kids there. Or maybe you just really want to focus on your career, but he wants to retire early and just travel the world. Maybe you don't want kids, but he does, or vice versa. These are all really important life decisions that you need to just get in sync with one another. And there may have been a time in your life where you were in sync with one another and then something changes and suddenly you get out of sync with one another. And that can happen in a relationship. And if you can't get back into sync and he's going in this direction and you're going this direction, that means that you're out of alignment with one another. And suddenly if it becomes too out of line and you're going this direction, he's going this, then it may be time to look in different directions and move on from the relationship. Number 5 is that you're unhappy and the relationship is the cause of your unhappiness. If you're finding that your source of unhappiness is just constantly your relationship, then it's time to take a really hard look at this. But a quick caveat before we break up with someone over this. The reality is we all go through rough patches in life and in love. And sometimes when we're struggling in other areas of our life, such as work, maybe we're grieving the death of someone in our life that we're close with, or we're just anxious or suffering from anxiety. When we're suffering from other things in life, it can be really easy to blame our relationship for those problems. And if that's the case, then of course, we don't want to just break up with the person because that's not going to fix your problems. We got to look at the core problems that are going on in your life that might be causing this pain. And just remember, you're gonna have many rough patches over the years in your relationship and life. But if the overall forecast for your relationship is sunny, then you want to stick with it. And the final sign that it's time to break up is that you've known that it's over for a while. I mean, for some couples, the question isn't if we should break up, it's when we should break up. And you both have kind of known for some time that the relationship is just dead, but you both hate conflict and upheaval and you don't want to hurt each other's feelings. I mean, breaking up sometimes means dividing up years of just combined personal items, finding a new place to live, separating your finances, and letting go of someone that you've grown accustomed to being in your life. And look, it's tough, but just consider how long you can go on with this state of limbo. I mean, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, do you want to keep avoiding facing these problems in this relationship and ultimately breaking it off? Or do you want to be finally broken up with this guy so you can move on and find a fulfilling life, maybe with a new partner? Learning when to break up requires you to be completely honest with yourself about the situation and your feelings and what you really want in a relationship. And it will get uncomfortable. There will probably be tears. And as they say, you got to rip off that Band-Aid once you decide that it's time to end the relationship. And once you do this, I assure you, it's going to feel like you're taking off a backpack full of rocks. You're going to feel lighter again. You're going to feel ready to live your life and finally be open to meeting the right type of person that you're just compatible with. So I want to hear from you in the comments below. Have you ever stayed in a relationship for too long? Or worse, are you currently in a relationship that you know you should end? Let me know in the comments and we're here for you.